ドジャースの山本由伸投手は日本時間8日、敵地セントルイスで行われたカージナルス戦に先発し、6回を投げて4安打9奪三振、無失点の好投を見せました。打線の援護には恵まれず、勝利投手にはなりませんでしたが、SNS 上ではその力投を称賛する声が相次いでいます。初回は西一三塁のピンチを強殺プレーで切り抜け、2回には西満塁の場面でラーズ・ヌートバー選手を空振り三振に仕留めて得点を許しませんでした。3回と4回は三者凡退に抑え、5回は一死一三塁から後続を絶つなど、回を追うごとに調子を上げました。6回にはこの日9個目となる三振を奪い、無失点のままマウンドを降りました。この回答に、米カリフォルニア州の地元局、スポーツネットロサンゼルスの実況席は、
山本、連続三振、まさに圧巻の投球
と興奮気味に伝えていました。その模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
But today, Dave Roberts, he talked about Yoshinobu Yamamoto, what he was seeing from him in his last outing against the Yankees, in which he did struggle, had a shorter outing. Now he's hoping to turn the tide today and get back on track.
It's just, it goes back to just commanding of the baseball. I think that when he's good, it's really commanded well. His entire pitch mix, when it's not, he's just missing. He's working behind. This is a team that puts the ball in play, and they don't punch a lot. So if he is right, there should be a lot of efficiency, and he should go deep in the game.
How do you have to manage him, considering there is potential rain coming? Have you thought about whether an opener, or I guess the lineup's out, but have you thought about a different situation that could potentially protect him?
I think in this situation, we're going to just, they're going to run their guy out there. We're going to run our guy out there. And as I kind of understand it, the weather is kind of coming later. There'll be some sprinkles. It'll be a little bit wet, but I think we're just going to kind of play it straight today.
What's interesting about today is you don't know how long the ace is going to be on the mound, not because you have any doubts about Yoshinobu Yamamoto bouncing back from the clunker he had against the Yankees, but because of the weather. There's supposed to be heavy stuff rolling in around 4 p.m. local time, so the Dodgers and Cardinals, they're planning to play as long as they can. Let's see if the Dodgers can get him some run support early.
Yeah, he would like a little run support, but he just really would like to have a better outing than he had against the Yankees. He really lost his swing and miss pitch. His splitter was not getting, that depth that he needed. He wasn't getting ahead, and it was a completely just odd outing for him. So I expect him to really respond and do a good job today.
So today's starting pitcher is where we go next. We end our pregame show with the most important player, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Nomar, what do you want to see from him today?
Well, one, to go deep in the ball game. We were talking about last night. Robleski still gave 6 innings, which was good to help the bullpen out. If you can back that up with another outing to go at least 6 to 7 innings at the very least from your ace Yamamoto, that'll also help the bullpen quite a bit. And obviously put up some zeros. This is your ace, after a loss last night that you had where you get shut out. You were unsuccessful with runners in scoring position. Go out there, score some runs for him, but at the same time, you need him to stop the opposing offense.
I completely agree. Listen, we talk about early in the show, this being a must-win to be able to win this series. You do have your ace on the mountain. Also, so much uncertainty moving forward. Who's going to be in this rotation with so many injuries? This is one staple you can pencil in every 5, 6, 7 days. Yamamoto, he has been outstanding. We need him to pitch well today. How about we get him some runs early? The theme so far this season, we've been behind a lot of these games. We need our ace pitching with a lead.
Obviously, too, Nomar, you want to get it in. You want to get it quick, obviously.
Yeah, listen, that's something you're also monitoring. They're letting you know, and you're right in there, you're talking to the ground crew guy. What's the radar look like? Yep. And you're hoping that you're trying to time things in case it has to be those quick innings.
On the board first. Listen, we may play 5, we may play 6 or 7. You got to be ahead to win that ball game.
It was scattered hits on Friday, now scattered showers on Saturday. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to try and work through those and put last start behind him.
Yeah, this is a young man that understands what he did wrong, understands how to recreate the good stuff that he has done all year. He's got to get the swing and miss back and the fastball command back. But he understands how to make a good throw. And once you make a good throw, you can be a good pitcher. And that's what he has been, and he is still in the Cy Young race.
He always does.
Once again, Allie, that's pretty good. And he never ceases to surprise us. Every time we're thinking something he can't do, he goes out and does it even better. Shohei, once again, having an incredible season, driving the ball out of the ballpark. And, oh, by the way, he's planning on pitching later this season. So lucky to potentially see him on the mound and see greatness. So fun to watch.
With that said, would that be something, it is kind of a big question, that then hurts him at the plate?
I don't think it does, because right now he's already starting his throwing program. In fact, he's hit better when he started throwing his bullpens and simulated games. So he is used to this. I know it's been a while since he's done it, but he is used to that type of schedule. Now, I think the stolen bases are going to certainly go down, but I think the bat-to-ball skills, the power will still remain the same. So we're looking at the best athlete in the world right now. He's the best athlete. There's no other competition. Pitching, he's top 5 when he's on, and obviously top 5 hitter in the game as well.
It really is great to see him on the mound, throwing to hitters. You know, you're looking at the progression. You know, there still is no timetable. There's no need to rush him. And I know with all the injuries that you're probably thinking, listen, we need him on the mound quickly. Can't do that with a talent like Shohei Ohtani. You take your time and you make sure he's 100% ready to throw.
You know you definitely aren't going to rush that guy.
No.
No matter what's going on with your pitching staff.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto into his windup to begin his 13th start of the year, and it's a strike to his Samurai Japan teammate Lars Nootbaar. Yamamoto coming off his worst outing of the year, just 3 2/3, the shortest start of the season.
This is the arsenal for the whole season. In the last start, he really did not have his fastball command. He did not have the swing and miss splitter. Looking to improve on both of those things today.
It's a swing, but not a miss. Nootbaar stays alive with the foul ball.
About 85% of the time, it's going to be a fastball, splitter, or curveball with Yamamoto.
96 pitches in the 3 2/3, but only 59 strikes. There's a whiff and a strikeout to begin the game. That's more like it for Yama.
That is the splitter with depth, starting on the plate, looking like a low fastball, and then diving. Outstanding pitch. Outstanding splitter right there. Perfect location and break. It wouldn't have been in the dirt. It would have been down at ankle high. Will would have been able to catch it.
0-2, and now Yamamoto's 20th pitch, and Contreras takes off for second. They got him in between. You're watching Wynn at third. Mookie is going to throw to third, and now the rundown coming home. Smith has it. Wynn in between Muncy and Smith, and he jukes around, and they're saying he came off the base path, and so he is ruled out.
You have 3 feet either way. You create your own base path. It's not about the line. It's about where you are running. And in avoiding the tag, they're saying he went outside of the baseline that he created.
And so now a discussion. Jim Wolf, the third base umpire, and hear from Ollie Marmol, who is demonstrating where he thought Wynn was.
He makes it all the way out to the grass.
Wynn is out, and the first inning is complete. So Yamamoto strands some Cardinal on the base pass and keeps it scoreless as we go to the second.
That pitch is unhittable. 95 and a direct right turn. Is there a scuff in that baseball?
Jeez.
I mean, that's ridiculous. It was like a wiffle ball. You can't throw a wiffle ball 95 though.
On a 1-2 pitch from Yamamoto. Barrera with a sword and a strike 3 for Yamamoto, his second punch out of the ball game.
Between the first pitch out, the Mookie gets the out, and the pitches that came after that, get this guy a run. A run.
I mean, not asking for much, just
the way he's throwing the ball right now. Wow.
Hits the number 9 hitter. The lineup turns over. Bases loaded for Lars Nootbaar. These two became fast friends a couple years ago in the lead up to and through the World Baseball Classic. Yamamoto punched his ticket leading off today. Now in a stressful spot in the second. Splitter, swing and a miss, 1-1.
That's the pitch he got him in the first at bat. Struck him out with a split finger that had more depth than this one, but in a 1-0 count, that's a good pitch to get it over the plate.
Goes back to it even further downstairs. And Newbar is having trouble with the splitter.
Well, it's a perfect order for these splitters. The 1-0 splitter is one that is for a strike, and now you throw the one that breaks even more. If you'd have thrown that pitch that he just swung at in the 1-0, the count would have been 2-0, and now you're in trouble. That was the perfect order, just the same way you do with a breaking ball. The breaking ball for a strike, then the breaking ball chase.
He struck him out. 3 straight splitters. Leads to a slammed helmet for Newbar. And Yamamoto leaves him loaded.
Yamamoto with bases loaded, 2 out, a 1-0 count. The splitter gets him back into it at 1-1, then one in the dirt for the chase, and one to put him away. Outstanding with the split finger.
Quickly 0-2 on Brendan Donovan. Yamamoto would like a quick frame here to kind of get the pitch count and the efficiency back in order. They get the first 2 outs of the second on 5 pitches, and he loaded the bases. Ultimately through 16 pitches the last frame.
Yeah, it went bloop, line drive, and then hit by pitch.
Got him swinging, 2 gone.
Okay, it's just the same type of inning as far as the way it's starting. You just stay away from the bases loaded, 2 out now. He's got one of the best fastballs as far as getting people to miss or blink through it to get a whiff. A lot of times they just are looking at it because they think it's going to be a splitter, and it just stays straight for a strike. Really nice pitch. And it would have been 2 inches lower. It is a strike, and a looking strike, because they just cannot pull the trigger on 4-seam fastballs up because they think it's going to be a split.
Swing and a miss. He had the first 2 strikes on curveballs, went back to it to get the third. Waves at strike 2.
And that was just the basic solid splitter right there. That's not the put away splitter that he's about to see. League hitting 100 exactly with 2 strikes against him.
Devastating. Back-to-back punch-outs for Yamamoto, up to 6 in the game. Another 1-2-3 inning. Dodger offense. Your turn. Oh, 2 to 3-2.
It's kind of a hump inning for him, I'll bet. Energy-wise, like long-distance runners, when you hit a wall and then you bust through that wall, you feel better. He's got to find the rhythm for this energy.
Got him. Spotted a fastball in the outer third.
Fastball that they blink through. They think it's going to be the splitter that's going to go down and away, and no, it maintains its height and its direction.
Leadoff walk behind Yamamoto on second with Pajes. Newbar on first. Another 0-2 coming. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. Sir. The way that was caught clearly fooled Chris Siegel, but that was
through the electronic strike zone.
Ball don't lie. Strikeout number 8. Payoff. Swing and a miss. A curveball in strike 3.
He has one other strikeout on the curveball. The main out pitch for the swing and miss has been the splitter, but this one has been very sharp. Used it to finish 2 hitters off, including that one. Has used it early in the count to steal strikes.
Guys, Dodgers dropping back-to-back games in St. Louis as a part of this 3-game series. And despite a great day on the mound for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, we'll get there in a second, and avoiding a back-to-back shutout game for the Dodgers. The offensive struggles, they continue. And Nomar, I'm going to start with you because it's not like they didn't have opportunities. They are now 1 for 25 of the last 2 games with runners in scoring position. Today, 0 for 12.
Yeah, that's really the story. I mean, right there, Yamamoto did what he was supposed to do. We were asking from him as an ace, go out there, go deeper in the game. He got 6 innings and put up zeros and gave the team an opportunity to win.
And I think we're all frustrated. I think more so today as opposed to last night. Both nights are frustrating. Is you wasted a Yamamoto start. Yamamoto was absolutely dealing, and you know as a player, hey, we got to manufacture 1 or 2 because we score 2 runs, we win this ball game. That's how we feel. I think that is the more frustrating part.
We will get to, despite the loss, the other positive in this. And we know Yoshi probably would have liked the win. We know he would have liked the win, but his performance on the mound today, 6 shutout frames, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks through 94 pitches, no more. 61 strikes he threw. How do you break it down?
You know, he pitched like an ace. And, you know, there were times where we sometimes joke as a team, we're going, Yamamoto is going to start taking it personally because it's not just this game. He hasn't gotten any runs support when he's on there. So, and it always seems to be that way at aces. I remember we used to do that for Pedro Martinez, and he used to just joke, like, do you guys not like me? You know, and it's for some reason, you don't know why. When you have your ace, it's like, of course, we have 4 run support. Oftentimes, sometimes that ace is matching up with the opposing ace, but nonetheless, Yamamoto was outstanding today. He pitched like an ace. He was putting up the zeros. He gave the team a chance to win. You know, I know as fans is watching, we're just hoping, like, score for this guy, put some runs up, give him a lead so he can take some of the pressure off. But even with the pressure, he was still going out there and dealing and putting up the zeros.
Yeah, Yamamoto has been a stud. You know, it's amazing. In his sophomore year, listen, I know he was a rookie last year, but really not really. He's an established ace now. He takes the ball. He wants to be the guy on the big stage. We saw him pitch in the World Series last year. Opening night in Japan, the pressure he had obviously on his shoulders, coming back to Japan, pitching in front of his home nation, and he pitched a gem against the Cubs. So whatever he does now on the mound does not surprise me. He had a hiccup last outing, but I love the way he was able to bounce back, had great stuff, and gave us a chance to win. That's all we can ask for from an ace. So Yamamoto, continue doing what you're doing. I promise you, at some point, you're going to get run support. It's going to happen.
I'm going to call it unlucky because of the 13 starts for him this year. The Dodgers have either gone 0 or 1 run on the board when it's all said and done.
The splitter, you know, like, you're going to get it, right? I mean, somebody can tell you all day, but it doesn't really matter because here you are, there's a splitter and you still get the swing and miss because it is that nasty. I mean, it looks like a strike at the bottom of the zone and you just get the swing and miss. There he is, keep attacking with the splitter, but I'll keep you honest. Now that you think the splitter is coming, how about if I climb the ladder with a fastball to get the swing and miss? I also have a curveball in my back pocket to utilize. But then, now that I got you off the splitter, I'll just go back to it, put you away with an 0-2, 3. It's dotting the fastball. When you have fastball command like that, that's what really sets up the splitter. We always say that. But how about this? How about this final one? 3-2, fastball, right? Nope. Here's a curveball, breaking ball, get the swing and miss late in the game. Even when you think you have them figured out, you don't.
Great breakdown there.
Yamamoto, we talked about it in pregame, one of the best starters in baseball, and the fact that he has one of the best pitches in the league. Saw a lot of swords today because it's so dangerous.
Yeah, he came in after a bad outing against the Yankees. It was an oddity because he didn't have his stuff, didn't have command of his splitter. Well, today he did. He had command of all of his pitches, saw a good breaking ball, saw a good fastball to complement his split finger. 5 strikeouts out of the 9 came with the split finger. It was one of those neutralizers that makes you feel foolish, especially when you swing and miss. You feel like you missed it by 3 or 4 feet. It's not a comfortable feeling, but it really puts you in a weird space. When you get in there, you start guessing, and that's exactly what the Cardinals did. That being said, we match zeros with the Dodgers, and that's important to do to give yourself an opportunity to come through in the clutch situations, and they did that for the victory.
Yeah, 6 scoreless, 4 hits, 2 walks, and those 9 strikeouts on 94 pitches for Yamamoto.